No sweats, just nets. Yeah. What I. Yeah. No sweats, just nets. No sweats, just nets. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Yeah. No sweats, just nets. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Okay, let's get into it. What's up? It is No Sweats Just Nets, episode 14. I know you're waiting for my wife. She's actually here. She made it back safe and sound back from vacation from Syria. She's feeling fine, but she got back today, so she wasn't feeling it yet. Let me just catch my breath. Oh, just playing basketball with a few kids that I coach. And I beat them, obviously. Anyways, today's episode. Don't worry, my wife will be back next episode, obviously. But for now, it's just me. And I don't think that's that bad. We get to watch videos, comment on a few things, talk more, statistics. Not really, just the stuff that we kind of care about. And NBA so far. I want to talk about the FIFA World Cup. There's still drama. It's like the drama never ends, It's like them picking the U.S. to have the FIFA World Cup was a bad idea. And I get it that a lot of bad things happen in the World Cup. Like, no matter which country, there's always drama. But for the U.S., for some reason, the drama's just doubled. Talk about that later, obviously. And then a random video. And, and also aliens. Which I was thinking of leaving that till my wife comes back, because then that'll be fun. But let's see how this goes. Let's talk NBA so far. I just want to say thank you, Wimby, for keeping my prediction alive. Because my prediction was Spurs in 6. After watching the first two games and seeing the Knicks taking the first two games at Spurs home court was devastating. I thought that I was done. No, my prediction's out. Spurs are not going to win it. And I get it because, the experience. And I know a lot of people are saying, you know what? No, I mean, it's a young team. They can still win it. Experience is nothing. You can tell experience is everything by seeing how they play in the fourth quarter. Wimby making that bad pass, I think it was game 2, hitting the back of Castle's head, I think. Not looking before passing, making the bad decision at the last second, cost them the game. That is experience. That's what sets experienced players from the young players. It's just those small things, I still believe Spurs is going to take it in 6, and they did win one game at New York, game 3, which was a really good game. I mean, so far I'm enjoying all the games. I like how close it is. I like how everyone's fighting for the match. They're just giving it their all, And I like that. And so I believe still there's hope for the Spurs to win it in 6. So for my prediction to become true, the Spurs have to win the next 3 games. And then it's Spurs in 6, So fingers crossed that happens. Also, how wild this is? The fact that if it goes to game 6, the wild fact is that game 6 will be played June 16th, I think. And on the same, or is it June 13th? And on the same day, there's a World Cup game at the MetLife Stadium. So I think it's around 3:30 p.m. So 3:30 p.m., everyone's down at the field watching the watching the game, actually, the football match, finishing that and then heading to Madison Square Garden. And if my prediction is correct, they're going to watch the FIFA World Cup, head to the Madison Square Garden, and then watch the Knicks lose and the Spurs win. That's my prediction. But let's see how it goes. So far, so good, But how crazy are the tickets for the Knicks game at New York? It costs, I think, a year tuition to college. If you live in the U.S. and you have a kid on the way, or you already have a kid and you're trying to save for their college, there goes the first year on seats to the next game. Even season pass holders, I think they paid, I want to say, $20,000, more than that, $30,000 for a seat, depending on where your seat is. You know, if it's at the top like nosebleeds, I think it's like 20 or 10. But if it's like closer to the stadium, we're talking 50. So those guys now can sell those tickets for like around $100,000. They can still make up for the money they lost, they paid, and make more on top of it. Because, listen, there's a chance the Knicks might win, right? That chance is still alive. It could happen. Which I hope not. Because seeing how the Knicks fans act is really not worth it. I mean, look at this. I saw this video, and this is after the Knicks lost. All right? This was today. So they lost the game, and they just went wild. I mean, look at this video. Wait. Just fists everywhere. Just hitting each other. I don't even know who's hitting who. Like, I don't even know who's on what's team. Like, I don't know if this is between a Spurs fan or a Knicks fan, you know? I know there's a Knicks fan in there. They're wearing the jersey. But who's the other guy? He's not wearing any jersey. Pulling hairs, throwing fists. Oh my goodness, look at that dude. He just went Tarzan mode. How can I replay that? Oh my goodness. Look at the police officers. They want nothing. They just don't want to get involved. They're like, I don't want any of that action. They can just kill each other. The police officer just standing there. They're like watching what's going to happen. They're waiting at the last moment until everyone's worn out, and then they'll swoop in to save the day. Oh my goodness. Is that a stop sign? Is someone hitting another person with a stop sign? Oh my goodness, these fans are crazy. Wow. And now the officers intervene. And now the officers walk in and stop the fight after everyone's kind of unconscious. Wow. Yeah, take away the stop sign. We don't want to damage city property.
Back up!
Look at that police officer over there in the white. He's barely punching him. He knows that he's already unconscious, so whatever, if he blows at him, it's like he's done. So he's kind of barely throwing fists. Oh my goodness. Wow. That is wild. Imagine if they win the playoffs, win the series. What happens then? The Army has to get involved. They have to get the U.S. Army to stop the New York Knicks from, bringing New York to the ground. Just buildings falling down. New York Knicks won the championship. Building falls down. New York Knicks, world NBA champions. 7-Eleven on the ground. It's just wild. You see, that's why people don't want the Knicks. That's why fans don't want the Knicks to win. It's because of that. Their fans are crazy. But then again, I'm a Boston Celtics fan, so I'm not here to judge, But that is wild. Wild. Wow. But yeah. Have you heard the fact that, when Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift were at game 2 of, I think it was a Spurs game, and they were sitting courtside, obviously, because, Taylor Swift and all that. And now they're kind of bidding on the seats. So now the seats are going for sale. The seats that they sat on are going for sale around thousands of dollars. I think so far they're bidding at $22,000 for those 2 seats just because Travis Kelce's butt was on it. and Taylor Swift's. Look at that bidding. It started at $100 and now it's around $2,100 just for the chair. Just for the chair. Oh, it was Cleveland Cavaliers. It was Game 3. Yeah. No. It wasn't Spurs. It wasn't the finals. It was the Eastern Conference Finals. Look at that. Eastern Conference Finals, Game 3, courtside chair. Sat on by Taylor Swift. $2,100. Wow. Imagine someone buying that. It's not even a good chair. It's just a chair, you know? That is so funny. Yeah. Well, that's everything about the NBA, really. Now you're up to date. The Knicks won 2 games. Spurs won 1. Knicks fans are going crazy, almost bringing New York City to the ground. And Taylor Swift's chair is on sale for $2,100,000. There you have it. Now you're all caught up. Here's a funny story just before we move on to the FIFA World Cup. Mike Brown, who is the head coach of the New York Knicks, was asked, how do you keep Mitchell Robinson, who is, on the Knicks team, in the zone and ready to defend Wembanyama, who is, 8 feet 11 or something. That guy's tall. And his answer was, he motivates the player by making him listen to country music. Country music. If you didn't hear me clearly, I said country music. How? Who knew the Wild West would motivate basketball players to win championships, I mean, I'm not against it. I love country music. I mean, I'd love me some Morgan Wallen. Love that guy. Blake Shelton, kind of. Sam Hunt. Hey, I'm into country music. What was it? Gilbert. What was his name? Gilbert something. I love country music, but I don't listen to it before a game. I feel like hip hop is the right type of vibe before a game. EDM, kind of motivates you, but country music. So basically, if you wanna win against Wemby, listen to country music before going head to head, because that wins championships. Take it from Mike Brown, head coach of the New York Knicks. These are the kind of things that no one tells you about. By the way, like I said, my wife's here. She's just not feeling well because she just arrived. And then the cat's here, and he wants to be part of the show. Can you take him away? Because he's not going to shut up. No, I'm not done. I still have it's like doing 3 or 4 minutes here. Why? Is the food here? Is the food here? Is the food here? What?
No, I wish.
Oh, you wish. I think it's on the way. Okay, bye. Well, there was a cameo from my wife. So, yeah. There you have it. You're all up to date on the NBA. Now let's go to football. The drama never ends. And listen, it wasn't Qatar 4 years ago. Obviously, because, the World Cup is every 4 years. But it was there. There was some drama, controversial topics, which I don't want to get into. But it wasn't as bad as this, And I'm not trying to diss the USA for hosting the World Cup. Everyone gets a chance, and they do their best, right? But do better. You're hosting the most watched sport in the world in your country. Do better. Lots of complaints. I mean, and I know this was a few games ago. It was just a friendly match, and it's not the official field. But remember when the Senegal players were playing a friendly match against, I think it was USA, and the pitch was just not on point. Apparently, the ball wasn't bouncing right, and it kept heading in different directions. It's look at that. Look at the video right there. He throws the ball in the air. This is practice before, warm up before the game. And you have players, the Senegal team, throwing the balls up in the air, and then it comes down like a bag of potatoes. It just, boom, stays in the ground. Barely bounces. But to be fair, this is not really a World Cup field. It's just, one of the fields that I don't think they're going to play in. But still, I think this is actually an NFL field. This could probably be an NFL field that they played the friendly match. Could be that. But, I mean, that's only one thing out of 100 issues that's going on in the U.S. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. How have I not gotten to this earlier? There is a referee. Wait, what is it? Where's the story? Wait, I need to find the story because this is wild. Crazy. There's this Somali football referee. He was denied entry to the U.S., and he will miss his World Cup debut. This guy is going to be officiating for the first time in his life. Not in his life, but like in the World Cup. And he's not allowed to go into the U.S. Like, I feel like in this kind of event, there has to be exceptions. The microphone just won't stand still. There has to be kind of exceptions here. Like, if you have a pass or, I don't know, what kind of things, what kind of credentials they give these people, but if you have the credentials, you should be allowed to just pass, right? Not allowed to go in. Like, what did this guy do to deserve this? It's sports. It's sports. The whole purpose of sports and the World Cup and the FIBA World Cup and the Olympics and the NBA, the finals, the EuroLeague, anything that comes to mind, the Champions League, all that is to bring people together. And if you don't believe me, think of the last time you sat with another person who also watches the same sport as you, and you just talked about, for hours, the last game that you watched, a player, a team, something about the game. It can go on forever. Like, come on. Find an exception. I feel bad for this referee. Like, really, really bad. Now, his debut, and he's not going to be able to officiate. And that's not even the worst part. The Iranian team, and I know I don't want to get political, but the Iranian team apparently are only allowed on U.S. soil during the matches, and then they have to leave the country and then come back to play the matches. So they're not even allowed to stay in the country, other than play the games. Like, how stupid is that? No matter what kind of gripe you have against any country, when it comes to sports, that should all go away, politically speaking. Just set it aside for now. Because, it depends on how heated it is, but because these players that are playing, they just want to play the game. They just want to prove themselves and win a World Cup and just enjoy the moment. Give them that. Why punish them for something that could not be their fault? I'm getting a lot of political here, really deep, but you know what I mean. So yeah. Do you want to listen to the USA's football chant? Again, I'm not dissing, but
Cause we support the US, the US, that's the way we like it. We like it, we love it.
adding oh doesn't make it a football chant. Well, actually, it kind of does. If you think about it, it kind of does, yeah. So,
Cause we support the US, US, that's the way we like it. We like it, we love it.
the oh kind of saves it a little bit. But aside from that, it needs work, to be fair, I haven't heard other chants, but I have heard chants like back home in Syria, how they cheer on their teams. It's way better than that. Like, way better. But Yeah, I'm not trying to diss. I'm just saying
Because we support the U.S.
it needs work. It just needs work. Work harder on that. Well, wild. How long has it been? I've been talking for a lot. Let me look at that. Oh, okay. I mean, we're almost at the end. Let's just watch this quick random video that I saw. And this is Cristiano Ronaldo shooting a free kick, okay? And you don't know how strong his kick is until it hits you, you know? And I mean literally. Poor cameraman. Look at this video. So before I start it, he's taking a free kick, you know? And this is, I think this is in Saudi. It is in Saudi because he's wearing the Al Nassr club's uniform, yellow. Because I don't think Real Madrid or any of his previous teams had yellow. So this is happening. And you know the cameramans that sit behind the goalkeeper, not the ones with the huge cameras on their shoulders, but the long extended ones that go over the goalie so that they can get a better angle from the top. So it's that cameraman behind that machine. So here's him, Cristiano Ronaldo. There's a free kick. Boom, right in the face. Oh my God. And look at the cameraman. Oh my goodness. You can tell he's so dizzy. He can't even stand straight. He has one hand on the machine and he's just hanging for dear life, trying not to go head first on the ground after that kick. Look at that again. Boom. Wow. That should be a goal. You should get extra points for that. But that is insane. I wouldn't want to be that cameraman. And I don't think even Cristiano noticed. Yeah, he didn't notice. But the people around him noticed, and now they're running after him and make sure he's okay. I mean, after that kick, concussion, you know? Oof. Well, there you have it. My wife will be back for sure next episode. She just arrived today from her vacation. She's not feeling very well. She is exhausted, but she will be back. And thank you for listening. And please make sure to leave us a comment on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen to your podcast. After you listen, let me know what you think. And rate us. You can also watch the full podcast on our YouTube channel, No Sweats, Just Nets. You can also follow us on our social media pages, TikTok, Instagram, X, which is also Twitter, and YouTube, obviously, and Facebook. All No Sweats, Just Nets. If my wife was here, she would take it away and say, thank you for listening, and thank you for watching. Oh, she's here. Do you want to come and say it? Oh, you're not ready. Do you want to say it loudly?
Thank you for watching.
Yeah.
I mean, you can barely hear that, but you know. Can't wait to talk more sporty next time.
No sweats, just nets. No sweats, just nets.